everybody, welcome to another one of my PGA model breakdowns. This is where I go over my current week's model, and if I've made any changes in this week, I've actually made a couple of changes. So this is the Farmers Insurance Open, of course, the best tournament, or I should say the best field of the year that we've seen. So let's go into my model here, get my ugly face off the screen, and dive right in. So couple of changes if you are a follower and are an Osmo Plus member. You get to see this every week. Now, you might see some changes. I've just color-coded things to make things a little bit better, but I've also added a couple of things as well. So first, of course, we start off with the odds and salary. MYOM is make your own model rank for those of you that are new. See that here? You can go to the tab down here, change what's in red. You don't have to change anything else, just change what's in red. So you can have it equal anything you want, any percentage you want. I think mine equals like 200 and something or other, and the rating comes out over here. Again, it's all subjective. It's all about trying to find who's best at what you think is most important for this golf course this week. Then I go into, so this is the main full model page, sorry, forgot to say that. As you go across strokes gained, and then what I've done, instead of putting just a data dump, I've cleaned this part up a little bit, and I put in my top 4 non-strokes gained stats for the week. We talked earlier, driving distance and accuracy really going to be important, but around the green proximity, I suspect with the rough, as long as it is, a lot of greens to be missed. Putting inside of 10 feet, because around the green proximity, you're going to have a lot of those 10, 9, 8 footers. And then, of course, the length comes into play. Par 4, 450 to 500 yards. Those are the top correlated stats for me this week. It's actually, it should be total driving there. So, of course, if you want to see total driving, the nice thing is you go to my new other stats tab down here, and you can see some of the most important statistics every single week. And I'll pick new ones each week to put in for the top 4 as well. But here we go. Total driving is on here. So if I wanted to see that, I could go. Obviously, if there's 100 value, it means they haven't had a value yet for this year come up. So just take note of that. I think that's important to know. That's why I don't weight these that high, because I know we don't have the stats for everybody. So just want to show that. That's the new other stat rank page. Go back to the full model. Of course, we have approach proximity, which I've added in 225 yards now. So just a little bit of an addition. Recent form, and of course, course history and DraftKings points. Second thing I want to go over is, now I've created this weekly cheat sheet. And this is something I've been meaning to do for a little while. And this is just giving you a snapshot of everything that's going on with the player in one little page. So you go up to column A2, which is big and wide there. You should see this drop-down menu. Again, you have to download it to be able to use this function. And let's just say we want to see what Kevin Tway's been doing recently. We see he's hot with the putter a couple of weeks ago, but also missed the cut a couple of weeks ago because ball striking was terrible. You see he's never missed the cut here, so that's interesting. And looks like 7 starts ago for DraftKings, he put up 94 points that week there. So not bad. Take note of the notes here. So the strokes gained info, they don't have strokes gained for every golf tournament. For example, they didn't have it in Mayakoba, but of course we had DraftKings points in Mayakoba, and we had recent form for Mayakoba. So these aren't going to exactly match up. A couple of them will, of course. The newest ones most certainly will. But not as we get into the 6th and 7th week. They aren't going to match up right now. The more time we have in the year, of course, they will match up. And every tournament that is measured by strokes gained will be on here. So wanted to bring that up. So what I did then is I cleaned up this sheet a little bit and made it a little bit easier to understand what I was going for. I've added in a max category. What I'm looking for here is I'm looking for guys that have peaked at every part of their game, so that I know if they put it all together, they've got a good chance to have a high finish. So Billy Horschel, as you can see here, yeah, sure, on the year, he gained 5.764. He had some good top 5s, so that's not too much of a surprise. But the 3 and 6 week, on the other hand, don't look very good at all. So a nice tool here. And of course, you change Billy Horschel by going up to column A3 and click Ryan Palmer. And the nice thing is all his stuff will load. all that'll load. And then the screeners, of course, if you don't like looking at actual numbers, you want to just see, okay, have they gained more than a stroke in the last 8 weeks, or how many times? I've got that screener there as well. Okay, so I've gone over some of the new features here. We're back onto my full model page. And what I'm going to do is just go over my projected model for the week, where everyone's ranking for the top 5 or top 10, to see how my model likes it. It looks like these guys aren't even in the field, so I apologize. We're just going to hide them, so bear with me. Again, sorry about that. Okay, so Rory McIlroy, no surprise to see on the top 5 here in his only start. Then Jon Rahm, again, no surprise. Matsuyama, though, comes in above Rose and Schauffele, at least in the base rating. And let's see, that was the top 5 there. Let's see if there's any changes at all for the make your own model. My guess is there is a little bit. Yeah, Xander moves up to 3, Matsuyama 4, and Rose 5. So that is a good, clear indication and a good little note onto what I've been working on behind the scenes. I hope you guys like it and enjoy it. As always, if you're confused about anything or need help, hit me up through Slack or Twitter. Sometimes I see one and don't see the other, so if I don't respond, you can try the other one and I'll likely get back to you. So thanks for coming in and watching one of my model breakdowns, and good luck this week. Cheers.